All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Abishai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. As you can see, the title of this video is Bomb Cyclone Hits the West Coast. So I'm going to play this clip and one more, and then add the precepts. Us brothers know, and for you new brothers coming in and those who watch the videos, on the sidelines, so to speak, or just watching the videos, we living in the last days, so to speak, and all it is the last of Esau's kingdom. Esau being the white man's kingdom and his rulership all over the planet, which means that includes the Britons, the Russians, the Germans, etc. So what you see here is prophecy that's helping usher in the coming of Yahushua and the kingdom of heaven for the Black Native Americans, which are the Israelites according to the Bible. So I'm going to play this clip.
Tonight, the West blasted by the destructive power of a bomb cyclone. A swift and massive drop in air pressure combined with an influx of extratropical moisture, causing a deluge of rain and high wind. 8 million under flood and wind alerts, tens of thousands still without power. Forecasters calling it the single strongest storm to ever hit the West Coast.
Individuals are stuck in a large amount of water here.
Just outside Seattle.
Also, you got to think, when these events happen, if you aren't prepared, especially for your family members that's like at home, on some type of machine or something, and they need the machine to help them breathe, whatever the case may be, and they end up dying and stuff, that's the judgment of the Lord, man.
Tragedy. 2 people killed by a fallen tree. In Northern California, historic rainfall. Residents racing to keep water out of their home.
It's all in the house, too.
The storm pounding the region, a result of climate change driving extreme weather more frequently with the globe's warming climate.
A week ago, we were saying the drought, we've got no water, and here we are a week later going, too much water.
The storm upending trucks.
And another thing I want to say on that too, because I heard that I think like 2 or 3 times already. Whether Esau did this or the Lord just had it happen, it's still of Yahweh Shai.
Toppling trees into homes and forcing evacuations, burn scars, now pathways for dangerous debris. And this is the reason why this storm system has been so dangerous inside of these burn scars. We're in the devastation that's been left behind from the Dixie Fire, and you can see this massive rock slide coming down, cutting off access to a major highway here in Northern California. Meanwhile, tornadoes flattening homes across Illinois and Missouri as another powerful storm system churns across the country.
Can't open the lid off the house.
35 million now under flood alerts across the Northeast. Residents bracing for heavy rain and high winds. While the recovery out west is just getting started.
Steve, are these mudslides going to be a lingering threat?
Well, Lester, essentially, anytime you have a burn scar, you have the potential for a dangerous debris flow. And with the fires that we've had recently in California, those scars are all over the state. So with the potential for more rain in the forecast, this is far from over.
Thanks for watching.
All right.
Good evening to our viewers in the West, and thank you for joining us. We want to begin with severe storms that are impacting millions of Americans from coast to coast. Tonight, the San Francisco Bay Area is recovering from what's being called the strongest storm to hit the region in more than 25 years. Record rain, those howling winds, and mudslides caused widespread damage from Southern California to the Pacific Northwest, knocking out power to more than 150,000 homes and businesses and shutting down major highways. At least 2 people were killed by a falling tree tree near Seattle. In the Midwest, a powerful tornado damaged buildings and knocked out power along the border between Illinois and Missouri. And tonight, millions in the East are bracing for a nor'easter that's expected to unleash 4 to 8 inches of rain and gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So we'll get the forecast in just a moment. But CBS's David Begnaud is going to lead us off in El Dorado Hills, California, just near Sacramento. Good evening, David.
Good evening, Nora. This is runoff from that record-breaking rainstorm running off into a reservoir just east of Sacramento that actually provides drinking water to people. Look, if you live in California and you deal with what seems like a never-ending drought, the sight and sound of this is really nice. That storm yesterday was so powerful, it was called a bomb cyclone. What blew through Northern California and much of the West this weekend is being described as epic, even historic. And here's what it left behind. A major rock slide covering a highway in Northern California. It could take days before that's cleared. Meanwhile, listen to these gale force winds ripping through the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. They even lifted up this semi-truck on one Bay Area bridge and literally moved it over. There were numerous trees uprooted. Tens of thousands of people were left without power and more than a foot of water in some places. All of that from an atmospheric river, as it's known, stretching all the way from the Hawaiian Islands, the darker spots showing the heaviest rainfall, with Northern California right in the bullseye. More than 5 inches of rain fell in the capital of Sacramento on Sunday, making it the wettest day on record. And more than 4 inches of rain fell in San Francisco. That made it the 4th highest one-day total ever recorded. And they've been tracking weather since the gold rush days. Still, there is at least one upside. California had a devastating fire season. The Dixie Fire north of Sacramento, the second largest fire in state history, had been burning since mid-July, scorching nearly 1 million acres and destroying more than 1,300 structures. Last night, finally, it was declared contained. Now, here's the reality check. That record-breaking storm was just a drop in the bucket when it comes to ending California's drought. And we came here to Folsom Lake just east of Sacramento to give you a sense of what we're talking about. Look at the marina, empty of boats and so dry you can practically walk through it. As you head toward the reservoir, which provides drinking water to people and water for farmers to grow crops, it's less than half full. We asked and they told us that it would take water from 7 more record-breaking storms just like the one we had yesterday. 7 more of those to get a place like Folsom Lake even close to normal. Nora.
That really puts it into perspective. CBS's David Begnaud, thank you.
Right, and just as a side note, that's how you can tell that the Lord is really doing the judgments and everything. We expect, because a good example is that truck. They say like an empty trailer weighs up to I forget. Hold on, give me a second. An empty trailer weighs up to like 35,000 pounds or something like that. Hold on, give me one second. It's a whole lot heavier than them cars, but for some odd reason that's the only thing that's moving on the highway. I don't have my DMV book with me, because they give you that when you trying to go for your CDL. But this is a real quick on Google. A fully loaded tractor trailer typically weighs about 80,000 pounds. A semi pulling an empty trailer weighs roughly 35,000 pounds. All right, I was trying to see if I can find some more. But yeah, so that truck is a whole lot heavier than them cars, but you know, for some odd reason that trailer is moving, but you don't know if it's empty or not. And I guess when the right balance ain't on a truck, it moves a whole lot easier too. But still, man, the Lord is dishing out the judgments So you could have been on that bridge on a motorcycle or a bike or something, and the Lord would have had the truck move instead of you. You know, that's how the Lord do it, though. But this is Psalm. What's like? This is let me see. Psalms 83:15. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. So this is the Lord persecuting people, man, from Jake to the rest of the nations, man. For Jake, it's meant for them to straighten up. For the rest of the nations, it's their judgment, their death. Just like for Jake too, it can be for their death too, man. But this is small compared to what's coming. This is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 2. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm and a flooding mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to earth with the hand. This ain't the one I wanted. This is Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire. And that's a perfect precept for this video, because they mentioned the whole California in this fires, and they just got a fire put out which destroyed over 1 million acres, and it's been burning since July. But that's just the one that they're telling us, man. The Lord got his prophecies happening on a major scale. That's why the scriptures say the end is nearer than what we believe, because Esau knows to keep this out of his media. That's why Rothschilds, been controlling and putting the laws, to control the media and etc. Because they don't want people to know these prophecies. Because you'll be able to identify really, really how bad it is, and how not how close the Lord is, but you'll know like it's extremely close to what we think now. If we was to know a whole lot more information than what we know now. So this Psalm 68:20. He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Most High Yahweh, the Lord, belongeth the issues from death. Right, so the Lord sanctions death for those who die in that when a tree fell on them. Feel like it. Give me 1 second. All right, Shalaki, I'm gonna end it there. With that being said, call Allah Yabashim Abishai, double honors to the elders and apostles of who will, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.